3, 2, 1.
My name is Rachel Lian. I'm 27 this year and I'm a community pickleball player. So as a kid, I got so good at skipping because I had to go TAF club for 6 years. My formative years, most of it was studying hard, making sure my results are okay, and then getting into a good school. Okay I guess I was pretty active So I remember when I was younger, right, because I was chubby, right, my dad would drag me to the park opposite Ang Mo Kio library. He would make me run rounds because my dad likes to run. So he'll make me run 6 rounds, and it was seriously a torture. At the end of the 6 rounds, I would be in tears, but he'll be like, why, it's very tiring, man. And I was like, yeah, it's very tiring. But yeah, that was my childhood. But people pleasing me was yeah, I gotta run. Yeah, if someone says I'm chubby, then I'm okay, I try my best lor. Then as the eldest of 2 other sisters, I was there were a lot of expectations placed on me So I grew up trying to meet a lot of expectations. And then when I fail in doing something, it's not just about letting myself down, but also letting down the people around me who expected things of me. Well, I guess I was a bit of a people pleaser. In my teenage years, I went the usual great PSLE student route. So I made it to a good school, and then in primary school maybe you were a medium fish in a small pond, but when you're there you really become a small fish in a huge pond. The teachers once again expect you to do well, my parents expect me to do well, and then you realize how competitive it is because suddenly wow, everyone is so good here, Yeah, and then I think it was then that the competition made it hard for me to feel happy for others, because the whole bell curve concept and everything, right? As long as your friend scored maybe 3 marks better than you, means there's a lesser chance that you'll get an A maybe. Growing up, it was wow, I was always pitting myself against someone else because all I was focusing then was studying hard. It was so hard to see that I was any different from someone else, because maybe in 13 to 18, the greatest expectation of you is to do well academically, or at least for me it was When I entered uni, then that was where I kind of start to realize that actually there isn't really always a need to compare yourself so directly against someone else. I guess because in uni you try more things, you get to do more CCAs, you get to meet people who are studying different things, and people from more varied backgrounds. In uni, that was when I realized actually everyone just has a different path to walk, and humans are so multi-dimensional. There's really no need, and also quite impossible, to compare yourself for with someone else. Just because this person got 2 marks more than me doesn't make him or her a better person or a more successful person. Actually, it's a very funny story, and it's also I guess a very standard story about how people picked up the sport So when I graduated, it just happened to be COVID period. So I just wanted to have a life outside of my house with all the circuit breakers and everything. And I guess I also wanted to kind of exercise because I'm wow, cannot be staying at home every day, right? I went to the badminton courts under my house with my sisters to play very leisure badminton. Really just for fun and to make sure we're not sedentary at home. And then over there, I actually saw a group of aunties and uncles playing pickleball, and then I was oh, this was an interesting sport, but I was too shy, right? I was okay, I'm just going to secretly go buy some paddle off Shopee, some $20 paddle. But then we were so bad at it, the ball was just flying everywhere, and then it was an open court, so the balls would literally roll onto the road, and then a lorry would come and then flatten it, and then we're oh damn, we only have 3 balls and now one of it is flat. Then some auntie and uncle passed by because they were playing there almost every day. So that was when they found us, and then they were I think they pitied us from our poor ball hitting skills. They were oh, do you want to join us? And then they started coaching me from there and then when you get better at the sport, it gets a little more fun. So that was really how I got into playing pickleball. I think there are three things I really like about pickleball, or why, some reasons why I still enjoy playing it now. I guess firstly, it's really a avenue for me to make new friends. And what I really like about the sport is it exposes you to huge like the demographics are super different. Can be like people of varying ages, varying backgrounds, and like from there, I enjoy hearing the different perspectives that people bring to the game lah. Yeah, and from there you really realize like, wow, everyone's really so different, and like everyone really plays the sport for like different motivations. It's very amazing to me how one sport can bring together people of like such vast and different backgrounds. Pickleball is also a good avenue for me to track my growth. I like the idea of growth and like, 活到老学到老. No matter at what age, you are really improving yourself. So I guess to me, life is not like comparing myself to someone else, but comparing myself to my past self. Yeah, and lastly, I guess it's an exercise that I really enjoy. Compared to running around Ang Mo Kio Park like for 6 rounds. At least now after a game, I'm not in tears. Yeah, it's like a very sustainable sport lah. Something that I can do like 2 to 3 times a week. It's like a good break after a busy day of work. In my pickleball journey, I'm really thankful for like the community that has helped me grow in like various ways lah, aside from improving at the sport, It's like a home away from home where like I really get to be who I am, and I'm not judged for being a noob at the sport. Like I went from like not being able to hit the ball at all to at least being able to play a game now. I mean, aside from like playing, just exercising together, right? It's also a lot about like you get to hang out, and they really care for me as a person and not just like as a player lah. Most of the time, right, we always ask like what others can do for you, but being in this community, they really taught me to like think about how I can contribute to others as well.